I was in the burn unit for about 4 months, 3.5 of those months. I was in a coma. No, it's not a skin graft. This is someone else's face and hands on me. They had to pass away in order for me to get it. But I do have skin grafts all over my body. I would say about 20 skin grafts because I did 20 surgeries for it. I was burned 80% of my body. My fingertips are amputated off. Eyelids are sewn in a certain way so I can still see. But in the long run, I would have went blind.
He was about to start a long and difficult recovery journey.
It took me about half a month to start walking again. After that, I was sent to a rehab facility. I would say that rehab place took about 3 months. When it should have took less than a month. They predicted 2 to 3 weeks out of it in there and out walking. I still have my hearing, my eyesight. It was affected a little bit. I can't see text messages from far away. I didn't break any teeth. I have my tongue. I still have my smell. No bones were broken, which is pretty surprising since the car flipped.
But what happened to cause such serious damage across his body?
I was leaving my night shift job when I fell asleep at the wheel. And my car veered to the side of the road, hitting a curb, and my car flipped a couple of times, catching fire. After my accident, I did not have my original face. I had deep second burns, so my left side of the face did not grow facial hair, but the right side did, which is kind of awkward, so I shaved it off a lot. The donor had dirty blonde grayish hair, and so whenever I grow facial hair out, it comes out that color. I also had my eyelids burnt off and my left ear burnt. I'm 80% burned. So my whole body was bandaged up. Not a fun time because taking the bandages off in a tank room in the hospital was pretty painful. Even when you're in the coma, you can still feel the pain. It's just not fun. And then you have the weird dreams about the pain. I could hear everyone talk to me. They recommended my parents to talk to me when I was in a coma, and I would just shake my head yes or no. That's the only response I could really do.
He could still feel pain while in the coma.
But when I was in the tank room where they washed me up and everything, I think that's when I had the most bad parts, because your mind just runs wild and you just have these crazy dreams and you think that doctors are bad people, but it's a very interesting time, and it felt pretty quickly for me. I was testing for the transplant for a solid year, maybe less than that. So I had a lot of time to think about it and process and everything. And then my donor was not close to my age. He was 48 and at that time I was 22. A pretty big difference. And he passed away with a stroke. It was a rough time, but I pushed through it, and now I'm here with the transplanted face that I'm pretty happy about. Even though it's kind of red, I'm still puffy. The puffiness will go down over time. The fluids have to be manually drained out. The therapist I see only comes around once or twice a year, but it's worth it. I'm pretty grateful of it. My liver is affected by it. My kidneys are affected by it. So I just drink plenty of water to, help balance it out. I also can't be in extreme weather. So during the summertime, I put on sunscreen. I have a hat I wear a lot.
He's been forced to give up many of his outdoor hobbies.
I wear sunglasses. I also wear UV protecting clothing and also UV protecting gloves like I have on right now. I can't do a lot of things anymore like I used to back in the day. I can't do a lot of outdoor activities, which I miss doing. For example, I can't go jet skiing because there's a lot of sun on me and that will cause rejection. Also, water from the bacteria can get in my eyes or mouth or whatever, and that can cause an infection, and I wind up in the hospital. So now I just do indoor things and try to find new things, but it's kind of hard to find new hobbies nowadays. In the winter time, I just put on a heavy jacket, gloves, and sometimes I wear a mask to protect my face from the winds. I can get infections super quickly, all because of the medications I'm on. It takes down my immune system. One time I had a cut on my neck pretty badly and it was not healing, and the sun got on it way too much and got infected, and then I was in the hospital for a whole month and a half. So I have to be super careful with infections. Pretty clean. I have antibacterial shampoo and body wash. I have everything just in case.
People wanted to know if he's still experiencing pain after the transplants.
So I experience a lot of pain. I usually run at a 4 or 5 constantly. Well, that's kind of manageable for me. But then also at different types of pain. Like the shooting pain, I consider that nerve pain, and I'll get that from the forearm all the way down to my fingertips. I can't really take nothing for it. I just have to deal with it, so I'm up all night, just trying to massage my hands out the best I can. Then there's also a burning pain. I would consider that rejection pain, and that's when I get admitted a lot when I have the brain pain, because that's when I can't touch anything or do anything. I have to get admitted and get a steroid treatment. But recently I've been doing acupuncture, and that's been helping me out a lot with pain. I still get nerve pain, but the acupuncture helps with the burning pain.
Swelling should usually go down in 1 to 2 years, but it's taking longer than expected.
The reason why it's taking a lot longer than other face transplant people is because I am 80% burnt. So my lymphatic drainage system is all messed up, and that helps the fluid get out of your system and all that stuff without getting too medical. And it's, taking its time to come down, but it is coming down slowly but surely. And I'm talking like centimeters slowly, but it does get puffy when I'm on a high dose of steroids, which I am right now, but everything's looking good so far. And so the reason why I have metal in my wrist is to keep my bones intact in the beginning of surgery. So the plates are there just for extra support now because my bones are regrown together. There's also metal in my face, so when the swelling does come down later on, it's not droopy or nothing. My voice did not change after the accident, but it is hard for me to say certain words. I just can't say certain words because my lips don't work that good. I guess the nerves still need to grow back in a way. So I just tend to slow down my speech, or I practice it a lot. Like for example, transplant is hard for me to say when I talk fast, but if I slow down, I can say it correctly.
Does he plan on having any more plastic surgery?
There are no more plastic surgeries planned at all. The only surgery I have lined up is cataract surgery. Any more like big plastic surgeries would just cause more swelling, and I don't want that at the moment. I want the swelling to go down, and it's taking a lot longer than I expected, but it is what it is, and I'm just going with the process. My face and hands do not sweat. I don't know if the nerves didn't grow back yet, or they just never sweat. I really don't know. But the only thing I do sweat, it's just the real skin I have left on me. So 20% of my skin I have less. That's the only thing I sweat. My first skin does not sweat either. So I actually produce more sweat, which is pretty gross, but I'm still not used to it. I think it's gross, but like my scalp sweats more. So it'll go down to my face. So my face looks like it's sweating, but it's just something I deal with. I try to stay in the AC so that doesn't happen.
Burns can cause nerve damage, so people wanted to know how much he can still feel.
I have basically a lot of sensation on my face. I would say I have most sensation on my face on people touching. And then with my hands, I can feel everything, except that when I look away, I lose the texture of it, if that makes sense. I had no nerve damage in my face and hands, that's why they could reconnect the nerves pretty goodly, and they're growing back fastly. But then I would say I have a lot of nerve damage in my left half. I basically can't lift my foot all the way up, but I can, walk good. So when I was first burned, I was itchy a lot to the point where I would cut up my skin from itching a lot, and I would just need to put a lot of deep prep lotion on me, basically so I wouldn't cut myself open again. And then throughout the years, it kind of went away. Doctors tried pills on me. Some worked, some didn't work, but I just didn't want to be on pills. But throughout the years, it just went away.
How does it feel to have someone else's face? Does it feel like it's not you in a way?
No, I feel at this point now it feels like me. Maybe when I first woke up, I was a little iffy about it, but I really wasn't concerned about my looks when I woke up. I was more really concerned about my hand therapy and my workouts to get back to like normal living in a way. And I understood that my face would be swollen for a while because of my burns and all that stuff. I learned that during the long run, but in the beginning, it was just a natural process for the sun to come down, and it feels like myself now. Just a different color face with the redness and so on.
After such a severe car accident, it's common for people to be nervous around driving.
Do you get PTSD while driving, and do you remember the accident? And then another part is you have to be supervised while you drive.
No, I don't have PTSD from the accident. Driving is one of my passions I like to do. I drive as much as I can, and I don't remember the accident at all. I just remember waking up from the coma, and no, I don't have to be supervised when I drive. But when I do have like a crankshaft the car to start, that's a little hard for me sometimes. My hands hurt in the morning. But if it's a push button car, I can do it myself and drive alone. Nothing you guys ask or say to me is rude to me. We're all curious people, and I'm also curious too. So sometimes your questions actually help me because it gets me thinking. But anyways, what you guys see in the video with the burn scars, those are the final stage. I did not wear my burn compressions because I'm 80% burn or like whatever. I'll just have the bumps. It doesn't really matter to me. Some parts of my body are smooth because I laid on them enough, I guess. I don't know. But the burns are at the final stages, but the transplant parts, like my face and hands, that's not the final stage. The swelling will come down eventually. There is no time frame for it. Because I am 80% burned, my lymphatic system is messed up, so that's why the swelling It's taking a little bit longer than normal than other people. But yeah, the burns are final, but the transplant is a process.